So I thought to myself what I'm going to talk about today. Yoni told me, share a little bit, something of what's going on in Israel. So I said, yeah, let's do it, Yoni. Maybe we'll talk about football, yeah? World Cup. So we'll touch a little bit about it, but a little bit about my background. So I'm excited because I spent 12 years at Tel Aviv University, left university 6 months ago, and it's like marriage, it's like love and hate. One day you come to the university, you like it, one day, I'm supposed to be politically correct, you very much like it. So in general, 12 years, and I am also obviously here checking that I am being a good boy, our professor. So in 12 years I spent building the Innovation Center at Tel Aviv University and then setting up the venture capital activity, which is called Tower Ventures, and now is managed by a good friend. Parallel to that, I spent 20 years as an arbiter, football referee, with the top leagues in Israel, and I also did some FIFA, futsal, international matches, so it was a nice mix in life that brings together some of the points that I would like to touch talking about technology trends. What is the reason that we see any evolution in the technology trends in general? First of all, digitalization is something that we cannot fight. It's happening. Then we had a crisis 10 years ago. Then there is low trust. Because of this crisis with big institutional, there was low trust in the banks, low trust in the insurance companies, and each one of them created an opportunity. We talk about insurance company. How many of you have heard about Lemonade? Lemonade, one of the leading digital agencies in the world today. Startup based in Tel Aviv, online insurance company. It's going to disrupt the insurance industry. Why? Because people don't trust the institutions anymore. Then, in order to transact money, the last 10 years, we had the development of the security online. It allows us to actually transfer money. What didn't happen 10 and 15 years ago, yeah, Ferry, you buy online a lot. Not you, your wife. But imagine 20 years ago, your wife would come and say, I need a credit card for Amazon. Impossible. Today, thanks to the trust, it's possible. And being someone that represents the Israeli technology, the technology that comes from Tel Aviv University, we know today by numbers that 20 to 22%, depends how we measure it, of the worldwide investment in cybersecurity is in Israel. Imagine. And then it created a situation in which so many platforms came to the world. The we economy, as we call it. But the we economy is not coming from the institutional, that they sit at the banks and they, at the board of La Caixa or one of the banks here, they say, you know what, let's build an app that people will be able to transfer money through our new system. No, they want it classic, they want it old-fashioned. They don't want to shoot at the leg. They want to make sure that everything is stable, classic, and nothing is disruptive, even though they know that they need to be disruptive, but they're not doing it. So who is doing it? Carlos Clark is doing it, and many other entrepreneurs. Yes. There was a survey among 677 corporate strategy executives. One of the most interesting outcomes is that almost 85% said that innovation is crucial. Yeah? Some of you are managing large corporates, and on a daily basis you will ask, you have the classical work, and you will ask how innovation is important to bring new activities to the company, new thoughts, and 85% will say it's crucial, it's important. But 78% of them are doing basic, classic innovation, which is, we need an IT department, okay, IT. But nothing is disruptive. Everything is basic. Everything is by the book to make sure that, okay, we need a mobile app for the bank, we'll have a mobile app. Disruptive companies defined as those that are the top 15 companies by their performance. And disruptives are the ones that are actually taking innovation from a risk point of view. Risk point of view, it means by numbers to invest in units that will screen, scout, and invest in innovation, which does not happen in many of the leading corporates and organizations today. While they say that they are care about it and it's important, do they do something? No. So where is the opportunity? Why am I standing here and sharing this with you? In every ecosystem, I think, beside Israel, but in every ecosystem, you have natural, huge industries. So in Israel, we have Teva, but most of the industries that are kind of developed are IT-oriented. I'm talking about the old industries that are not yet digitalized. That in the value chain, when I presented the value of innovation, the evolution, digitalization is the first one. Because this is the final result we want to come true. And this is where it starts. Because that's the market today. You cannot compete young entrepreneurs that are doing what you're doing with 1,000 employees but are doing that better. 12 employees started doing the insurance company in Tel Aviv, raised over $100 million, and now they're going to be the biggest agency. While other huge insurance companies, including Allianz, are not there yet. And those 677 decision makers, strategy makers in those companies, you ask them, how do you think that you measure the importance of doing innovation while you're not doing innovation? 9% and 32% said that it's crucial and their business depends on that. But in reality, 75% of them what are doing? Nothing. Nothing. So there are two types of people that exist here. People that own company and, I suppose, entrepreneurs. It takes you between 1.5 to 2 years to issue a product at one of those companies. Because bureaucracy, raise money, and political orientation, you go to the CEO, he says it's not my responsibility, you go to the CTO, you go to the CEO, and then months by months, and they're losing momentum. And even if they do think to do innovation, or to invest in disruptive innovation, on the risk side, it takes so much time. While they are extremely at risk. So it's irrational decision making. On one side, you say 75% they do nothing, and on the other side, they said that 42% that they might lose their business tomorrow. On the right side, we see the one that are actually facing the most disruptive need for innovation. Media and entertainment people are the highest risk. They are exposed on the highest level to innovation, which means that if they are not going to be able to adopt innovation, they're going to be outside of the game. Transportation. So we always like to say ways, but there is also move it, and many others. Transportation is being disrupted. And then financial services. Financial services like Lemonade, and of course education. Each one of you learn today online more than you learn by book or face-to-face. If you think about it for a minute. And we talked about insurance. 43% of the 677 decision makers in the corporate, they have an innovation process. What is an innovation process? It's internal and also external. It means that if you are managing a company and I come to you and say, listen, I have an interesting idea, you don't know what to do with me. As an employee or as a customer. Two types of people, of segments that bring the most innovation, Santiago, are customers that complain, yeah, like our wife, they want better things, yeah, and our employees, they want also better company, they want to be proud of the company. So customers and clients, they are the one to lead innovation. So I come to you as your customer and I say, listen, I want you to improve this and that. You don't know how to put me in the funnel. Why? Because 57% they don't even have an innovation channel. They don't know how to treat it. While only 42%, 3% they have. And they have, it doesn't mean that they have a good one. High performers means that the ones that are doing disruptive innovation, they are likely to perform economic-wise 5x more than the others. So why not doing it? Why? Because you are afraid. Why? Because you are day-to-day busy with the regular things and you don't sit to think and take the risk for yourself or for the company to say, okay, I need to take the pen and paper and to decide where I'm leading the company, while most of you know that you need to do it, you're not doing it. The trends are many in the world. AI, machine learning, I can talk about it for hours. It's not about that. The idea is to understand why trends are coming to the world. Where is the meeting point for them? And what is the motivation for those trends? And there are three channels. Technology trends come from the industry. All industries, they need to be digitalized. This is what we define as technology inclusion. Inclusion in life means that we need to include more industries, inclusion tech, into the digital world. Which industries? All of them. In what level, how much we invest in that, depends of course on the industry. Food will never going to be like energy. So, social inclusion. Social inclusion means that if I analyze the Israeli community, so we are 8.6 million people, 20% of the Israeli population are Arabs, Muslims, and then there are approximately 3 million people that live in the center of Tel Aviv and the cities around it, but many of them live in the periphery. So the inclusion is social inclusion, to have more people engaged and exposed to innovation. And as we like to call it by the ecosystem wording, gain and come and make them be part of the forest. If you're not part of the forest, you cannot invent. You don't really understand the language. So social inclusion. And the third one is geography. A lot of people like to talk about how Silicon Valley is doing well, how Israel is doing well, how Israel is doing well, how Berlin is growing. And then they say, you know, I'm based here in Southeast Asia in a small country named Kyrgyzstan. My opportunities are limited, that's true. But because the world is flat today, and because industries in different regions have specification, the ability is to see what exists around your area and from there to grow. And if we see some of the communities in Israel that deal with tech, you will be surprised. Law and tech is booming. You go to the dry lawyers, boring people, and they are now excited. They are partying. Why? Because they have their accelerators. We have now legal tech accelerators at those firms. The boring people are the coolest people. To tell you about the results, of course we talk about food and education and cyber, you know, but transportation, this community, eco-motion. 6 years ago, Israel decided more or less to put a lot of efforts in transportation to disrupt this industry. Because of two leaders of this community, Lior and Boaz, we have today interest by Porsche, by Renault, SNCF, the French train companies, and many other companies to see what Israel has to sell in that. They were able to see an industry that is not yet included. They need a lot of efforts to include this industry to become tech-oriented. The same with food. Now in the northern part of Israel, food technology is booming. And many other industries are coming. So to get along with going back to sport, and you guys did very well at the World Cup. I know that you are complaining a little bit, but I think that, or I will ask, 10,000, the 10,000 athletes Olympic competition, they started measuring it 1930, almost 100 years ago. What was the record? Don't Google it, Manuel Rivera. What was the record 1930 for 10,000 meter running for men? Throw numbers.
27, 13,
26, 1930. More? 28. What is it, 40? 45. It was 35. Don't count me on the second, yeah? 35. What was the record last year? Very, one day I told you, I did marathon New York, marathon Brazil, I don't marathons today. So, 25. 10 minutes in less than 100 years. 10 minutes, it's amazing. 10 minutes. Now, we ask ourselves, what's going to be in the next, not 100, 50 years to come? It's going to be 15. We take the limit of the body and it's going to be in seconds. So what's the point in giving this example? Is that the improvement of many industries is based today on technology achievements. And I started with sharing that personally I was 20 years arbitral. My mother really likes it. She always sent my father to the stadium. And he got back home and then she said, what did they say about me? No, many people are actually tranquilo. So I took my passion to sport, my passion to technology, and I said a year ago, I will try to position Israel by 2020 as a sports tech nation. Israel, we are, what's the rank of Mexico soccer team? 16. Israel is 98 now. We are breaking every year the negative record. And this guy from Israel wants to position Israel as a sports tech nation. It's a sports tech, it's not a sport. Yeah? So many people say, what? You know, we need innovation at universities and here and there. So I called a friend. I know him for 6 years. We had a master class in Instituto Empresa in Madrid. His name is Didac. He is one of the Junta, the board member at FC Barcelona. I called Didac. I said, Didac, listen, I heard that you're doing something around innovation. He said, not yet, but we are planning. This was 2 years ago. And then, how much? 5. And then I called him like 6 months later. I said, Didac, you're a friend, so you're doing innovation. Come see what's going on in Israel. He says, Oren, first of all, I'm going to San Francisco, and then he's Chinese. China, and then I'll come and see what's in Israel. Then I called him and told him, Didac, I bought you a ticket on this and that day to play 3 months, you're coming to Israel. He said, I cannot, but I will send the FC Barcelona strategy and the club strategy manager to come to Israel. And he called me and said, how many companies you have? And I was at the beginning. He said, yeah, more than 100 companies. Wow, all of them are sports tech? Yes, fan engagement and health and fitness, whatever you want, we have it all. I said, okay. So you know what, 3 months is too much, I will come in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. No, I want to plan everything. I said, okay. So I started working, analyzing what exists. Numbers, how many companies raised, which companies are operating in Israel and acquired companies. So I saw that Nike acquired an Israeli company, Nielsen, all of them that are dealing with sports and technology. And I saw that there are more than 100 startups really that raised in total $650 million. Okay, there is a gain. Then I said, okay, but in order to build inclusion process, to take the sport industry into technology, you need to go bottom up. You need to find technologies one by one, analyze them, and create a story. This is the sports technology ecosystem today in Israel after 1 year. More than 170 companies, some of them are the leading ones, some of them are already working in Mexico, and more than that, leading partnership with FC Barcelona and many other leading organizations. So it's all about thinking about inclusion and starting bottom up. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to do this. And to one by one analyze and see what they do. That you can Google Pixelot, that their competition is PlaySide, Pixelot are here. Pixelot raised 2 weeks ago $31 million. Their biggest market where? Mexico. I think that in general, I spend my time quite well. That's my email. If you'd like to run in the park, you can call Ferry. I quit football, but I will finish with something that is connected to the countries. That's my third visit in Mexico. The first one was in Adem 2015. The second one was in Adem 2017. Now, and I had the opportunity to meet a lot of business delegations that are coming to explore our technology from Mexico. So I'm saying that on the numbers, we are more on the 57% than on the 43% in terms of the interest of looking technologies in Israel. And the alliance is very good, and of course that, not to be politically correct, I think that we have the best Israeli ambassador everywhere, and that's the people do like this, so I know that you don't like that I'm saying it, but he sent me the clip before the World Cup that he's running with the national team of Mexico. So I said he's now brainwashed 100% Mexican, and I'm worried that he's going to stay here and not come back to Israel. But in general, so that created a moment when I said, okay, there is something that is going on between the countries. There is need in this market, there is opportunity in Israel and in Mexico, and let's connect it. So we launched an initiative that is called the Mexico-Israeli Tech Hub, just to share ideas between the people. So if some of you would like to tap into this world and see the opportunities, it's amazing. I would like to thank my friends from Tel Aviv University, my home, the place I grew up at, and good luck with innovation. Thank you very much.